Hello, guys.
Hi, Matt.
Do you know what? I was on your show the other last week sometime,
Lucky
and I was
man.
speaking to both. I was speaking to both of you, especially to Simon. Simon, you know what? Seriously, mate. You keep saying that. Daniel Levy's not my mate, but you the way you talk, he's your mate. The way business terms. Don't talk to me about business terms. He's your mate. The way you talk.
I respect some of his views, not all of them.
Listen, there's no such thing as views. 20 years of failure.
Is.
20 years, mate. 20 years of failure. Football clubs. Forget. Don't talk to me about business, yeah, because Manchester City's a business, but they do everything for the football.
Ultimately, if you're fortunate enough to sell your football club to a Middle Eastern consortium that want to pour inordinate amounts of money in and spend billions of pounds, then you'll have that argument. You don't have that ownership model.
Oh, so okay. Can I answer that question for you? And maybe you might be able to answer it for me. Leicester City.
What about them?
No, you tell me.
They're fourth and bottom of the league. What would you like me to talk to you about?
Hang on.
But Matt,
mate,
you're a bit puggled, mate. They're fourth and bottom of the league. What are you babbling about?
Simon, don't talk technical on me on.
I'm not.
Now,
okay.
Right?
All right. They're fifth and bottom of the league. You're right. Sorry.
Right. Listen. Right now, I'm happy to be fourth bottom. I'm happy to be in the Championship, and I'm happy to be in League One and League Two.
Well, then you're a loon, then, aren't you?
Can I just finish? Because you like.
You're going to make some sense, mate. Yes.
Right. Let me make this point. I would be glad for my football club to be.
Well, if you were running, it probably would be, yeah.
But can I just finish? I'm happy for my football club to be in League One and League Two if I've ever seen in my lifetime a Premier League title. Right? So don't sit there telling me about their fourth bottom. Fourth bottom, do you know what? Every single Leicester City fan would never, ever complain because those owners...
Do you know what, Matt? You're absolutely right. And if you've read some of the things that I've said... I haven't finished yet, Matt. I listened to you. You're absolutely right. Because in the recent articles I've written, you've snatched defeat from the jaws of victory in FA Cup semi-finals, in Champions League finals, and finishing third in the Premier League season when you should have pipped Leicester. But none of that has to do with Daniel Levy. That has to do with the players on the pitch, doesn't it? Surely.
Listen.
Did you lose to Sheffield United because of Daniel?
Simon, you are an owner, yeah?
I was,
yeah. You have been an owner.
Yes.
So you know how it works.
I do.
Let's not talk. Let's not be silly now, yeah? You've been an owner. So
don't be silly.
Don't be silly. Are you telling me Mauricio Pochettino, Jose Mourinho, serial winner, Antonio Conte, serial winner, has turned around and said, you know what? I'll have that Chicken Royale playing right wing back for me. I'll have that Erik the Pony Dyer playing centre off for me. And do you know what? Let's hang on to.
But wasn't Conte the one that was raving about the performances of Erik Dyer a year ago?
Right, let me tell you.
So that one doesn't suit you then. That one.
Listen, Antonio Conte gets to be told to say certain things. Now, when he's
you've seen that, right? Yeah.
Let me finish. When Antonio Conte comes to his end of his contract.
Yep.
Yeah, where he's had an 18-month in his contract for a reason, because he doesn't trust, with the history of Daniel Levy, he does not trust this man.
But I think what you've got... listen, I fully understand your frustrations in that about not winning. No, it's fine. He's entitled to have his view. I think I fully understand your frustrations. But what you're assuming is that these guys, these guys that get paid ridiculous money, that are in control of their own destinies, right, that decide to join Tottenham Hotspur...
Calm down, Matt. Calm down.
Come on.
Everybody in the supermarket is looking at you.
I've listened to you, Matt. So what you're suggesting is these guys that I do know what they look like and feel like, and have employed managers, I do know what they're capable of, are going to be walking into a room and signing a contract with Daniel Levy, and then having no leverage or no credence whatsoever. I did not hear Conte complaining about the £170 million that was spent in the transfer window in August.
As an owner, you tell a manager, especially under contract, certain things to say.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do.
Matt, you're a child, Matt. You don't.
No, mate.
These are big grown-up boys that will not be... No. You want to bow to experience? Bow to experience. I'll tell you what you do. You try and get your manager to toe the line within reason, but 90% of the time, you know you're going into a conversation with these boys, and they will do what they want. So you know that going in. You're not pricing that into your thinking because A, you don't know what you're talking about, and B, you've got a preordained bias on the basis of anything you hear that doesn't fall into the line of thinking that you want it to fall into, you're going to have a problem with. So you're a waste of time, Matt. You're a waste of time because you've got a preordained view, and nothing, no matter what anyone says to you, you're going to go, no. I'd rather be in League One. No, you wouldn't, you lying hound.
Matt, if you want to stay on the line, then you're more than welcome to do that, because you'll hear from another Tottenham fan, Sean, the Spurs fan. Sean, good afternoon. Are you from Matt's school of thinking?
No, the exact opposite. I just can't. It's impossible to listen to. No matter what you say to them, there's a small group of Spurs fans. No matter what you say to them, they will blame everything on Daniel Levy. The reason Spurs threw away a 3-1 lead at Southampton the other day is because Conte plays with 8 defenders on the pitch at all times. He put everyone behind the ball, and then we conceded because of that. That's got nothing to do with
hang on a minute. Listen, at some point, right, players have to take responsibility, right? I'll put down some of that to Conte, but listen, you've got a 3-1 lead, and I watched the game against Southampton, and it's down to the players and their mentality. Listen, I don't disagree with what Conte.
Players and manager,
I don't disagree with Conte's rant after the game. I don't think he should have done it, but players have to take responsibility. They're on the football pitch. They're winning 3-1. Players like Dyer, when you're winning 3-1, should be getting people around him and saying, right, let's see this one out. We're away from home.
So, Sean, he's gone, Conte, or seemingly gone. Do you want it to be officially announced that he's gone?
Well, we all know he's gone, but the fact is that it's actually getting me excited, the thought of having anyone else but him in there, because the fact is, for the last 4 years, we've had to watch anti-football, which is what Mourinho and Conte do. And look, everyone who speaks about Daniel Levy and says that he's the problem at Tottenham, Daniel Levy took over a team when I've supported them that were a mid-table club. I'm 37. The whole of my life, they're a mid-table club. Now, okay, we're not Man City, but at least we're in the picture. At least we get spoken about as a top club. He's built an unbelievable infrastructure. Yeah, the problem with these ENIC out fans is that they're like spoiled kids. They basically see City and Chelsea with all their money, and they're like, we want that. Why can't we have that? Get Levy out.
Okay, Sean, listen, thanks for your contribution. Thanks for that. Matt, I don't know if you're still on the line or where you are at this precise time, but you're being called a spoiled kid by a fellow Tottenham fan. I mean, is it time to look at it in a different way?
Jim White, this is the problem of my football club right now, is these pathetic fans like him. How old is he? 37 years of age, yeah? He's 37 years of age. And I can tell you, Jim White, right, I have stood in the East Stand watching Graham Roberts lift the FA Cup. I've been to Wembley watching Gaza score a free kick against the Arsenal. And why is this geezer seen? This is where the problem lies. Pathetic fans like him. Do you know what? He's killed our football club, this guy. And do you know what? All I want, Jim.
Matt, dare I say this? Here's Sean. Sean, what do you want to say to Matt, and then we'll finish?
Listen to the game. Can you imagine being in a conversation about football with him, like face to face? He's going mental. It doesn't matter how old I am. I've witnessed no glory in my entire life as a Spurs fan. Modern football, we've won 3 trophies. So for us to be gone from a mid-table club to a club that competes, at least threatens to compete for things, is better than where we were under Alan Sugar, where we finished 11th in the league every season. Give me a team. Pochettino took us to levels we never thought we'd get to. We've gone through a lull, and now it's time to. We've got the best stadium in the world. We've got a much better chance now of achieving things than we did 20 years ago.
Jim, listen to this guy.
I think, Matt, you need to go back to Arsenal Fan TV.
I'm listening to you, Matt. Finish it off.
Jim, listen to this guy, the best stadium in the world. If Arsenal, Chelsea and West Ham fans are listening to this, they'll be taking the mickey out of us, mate.
Okay, mate, listen, thank you so much. All right, it's Carlton Palmer, Simon Jordan on the Matt and Sean Show this Friday lunchtime live on talkSPORT.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.